Hey Mathletes, here we're looking at our tutorial on GeoGebra. So if you look at our Google Classroom here, you're going to have a link to our GeoGebra website and then also a quick form and a place to upload your sketch when you're done. So when you get to GeoGebra, your screen should look like this. You should make sure it says geometry on the top there in the address line. What you're going to want to first do is go ahead and click on these tool buttons here, and you'll see a few tools come up, and we're going to want to hit more. We're going to explore some of these tools today. While we're doing this, I think it's useful to go ahead and go to your settings over here and go ahead and show your grid, major grid lines, and also show your axes. So the first task I want you guys to do is go ahead and make a polygon, and what I want is a convex pentagon. So I want 5 sides here. So go ahead and make it different than the one that I'm making on the screen, but what you want to do is just go ahead and make sure you have 5 sides. So that's going to include 5 vertices. The last point you want to click at where you started. Okay. After you've made your 5-sided polygon, what we want to do is use and measure our 5 sides of our polygon. So if you scroll down here on the left, you'll see measure, distance and length. So what we want to do is we want to find the measure of these side lengths. So I can click on point A to B and I get that length. B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to A. Okay. So notice I can click on my selection tool here. Click on my selection tool. It's also up here. And I can move these around so they may be out of my way here. Okay, and I notice that my measure got off there on my E to A. And there, I got that there. So again, selection tool. And I can delete things if I want. Okay. Next thing I want you to do is to be able to find and calculate your perimeter. So to find your perimeter, take your 5 length segments, add them up, and type in your answer into your form. To find area, it's much easier with GeoGebra. We don't even do any calculations. If we have a polygon, we just click on it, and we can get the area of our polygon, A, B, C, D, E. So we get 47 units squared. Okay. What I want you to also do is try and make a ray using our GeoGebra. So down here under lines, you can see we can create a ray. So what I want you to do is create a ray AB. So A is your endpoint, so you click on that first, and you want to go through B, you click on that second, you got your ray AB. Also want you to find the midpoint of CD, so if you go down here, and where is it? Construction, midpoint or center. So we can click under the construction, and we want to make a midpoint, so click the 2 points, C and D, we get our midpoint. That could be a useful tool if you're trying to check your work on an assignment in class. Okay. I also want you to be able to measure all your interior angles of your polygon. So again, we're going to go down to measure, and we have measure angles. So you can click on that. Notice down here, anytime you pick a tool, a little help menu comes up. So if you need further guidance, you can do that, but it just can help you select 3 points or 2 lines. So for us, when we're selecting 3 points, we want to make sure that middle point we select is the vertex. So if I want to find the angle BCD, I click B, C, and D. If I want to find D, I can click on C, D, and E, and vice, and go along and find all your interior angle measures. My final one is A, B, C. Okay, again, you might want to move them so you can see them a little bit better. Your Google form is going to ask you for your largest interior angle. So I see my largest interior angle is 127.9 degrees. Here, angle ABD. So I might want to go ahead and type that in. I also ask you to bisect an angle. So bisect an angle AED. So if we bisect an angle, we're going to go ahead and do this angle bisector. A, E, D, and notice we've bisected this angle. You can also go through and measure that. So before we measure, we have to create a point that's on that bisector. So up here I can create a point. Go ahead and put it anywhere on that line that's that bisector. So now as I measure that angle, A, E, G, I can see that that measurement, again, selection tool, 55.6 is half of 111.2. So we've bisected that angle. The last thing I want you to do, just so that I know that you've done this assignment and it's uniquely yours, is go ahead and we can always add text to our objects. So down here when we want to media, we can add a text. Go ahead and select a point that's easily visible to me and type in your name, first and last name please, and it's there in the image. Last thing I want you to do is to upload this to your Google form. So what you want to do is go to your Snipping Tool. So if you need to find it, you go down here and type in Snipping Tool. Go ahead and grab that, and you can make a new snip. Go ahead and save it somewhere appropriate, and GeoGebra tutorial, or whatever's easy for you to remember. Also put in your name and your file name so that I can easily identify it when I have a whole folder full of our classes. I can save it. And the last thing you want to do after you've filled out your questions on your Google form, you're going to go ahead and add the file to submit and finalize this assignment. Okay, this concludes our notes today.